What if strength wasn't about carrying it all, but knowing when to lay it down? Hey there, my name is Montina Myers-Galloway. I'm a licensed therapist. I'm the owner of Myers-Galloway Counseling, and I also created the Don't Call Me Strong retreat. And it is a retreat experience that is specifically designed to support the healing of Black women caregivers, whether they became caregivers intentionally by profession or unintentionally from a young age. The Don't Call Me Strong retreat is a retreat that's designed as a sanctuary for Black women to release the burdens of perpetual strength, reconnect with their authentic selves, and heal in a supportive community. Join the wait list. You do not have to do this alone. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm so excited to be here. I feel very blessed this morning. Welcome to the Power Lab. My name is Montina Myers-Galloway. I am a licensed therapist, a mental health consultant, and I am the founder and CEO of Myers-Galloway Counseling in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for nearly a decade, my team and I have supported over 300 Black women through over 5,000 breakthrough therapy sessions. And I love what I do. So I create group healing retreats and private intensives for women overwhelmed by responsibility. Welcome to the Power Lab. Again, this is your space for real tools, real life. I am here. I go live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I am on Facebook. I'm live on LinkedIn, live on Instagram and YouTube. So if you can tag your friends, tag followers, and let them know to tune in, because today we're going to be talking about some important topics. But if you have ever wondered to yourself, right, like, do they see me, or am I trying to prove that I'm worthy? If you've ever wondered, is this love or is this performance? You are in the right place. This is the space for you. So the ways that I have created impact and value in the community are listed in the description of this video. So if you want to start with a 20-minute, 30-minute power chat to discuss what healing experience is right for you, go ahead and click the link below. And I would love to connect with you and get to know you a little bit better. So there are definitely some other links to some goodies in the description box. I created a Rest and Reset digital collection for you. There's information about our monthly empowerment sessions, our newsletter. So share this link and share this video with your circle. And then we can have a conversation. DM me. I want to get to know you all and kind of connect with the community. But for now, let's get into today's lab. So I want to ask you something. Have you ever sort of tried to take a break, but you found yourself while you were trying to take that break, feeling guilty, feeling sort of like, a part of your mind wants to slow down, but your body hadn't quite caught up with that part of your mind, but you try to slow down and you feel anxious and you feel guilty and even just restless. And then when you finally have a quiet moment, instead of feeling the peace or the calmness, your brain starts spinning about everything that you forgot to do or everything you should be doing. Your body might be getting tense. You might have an urge to pick up your phone and start scrolling. You clean something. I want you to know that you're not lazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not undisciplined, but you might just be activated. So today we are going to be talking about why slowing down feels so uncomfortable and why your nervous system, that all of us have, why your nervous system and what your nervous system might be trying to protect you from. So let's start with the important thought. Rest is not solely about, right? It's not solely about naps and vacations. Rest, especially for like many high responsibility Black women, women of color, rest is about feeling safe. And some of us have not felt safe for a while. So I have an amazing membership community, like I mentioned earlier, and we have empowerment sessions at the end of every month. And of course, along with the empowerment sessions, we give great resources. There's a worksheet to go with every empowerment session. But I met with the members of the Legacy Shifters membership community last night, and the topic for the night was how to know that you're not safe, even when you feel or you say that you're fine. And so this was something that I loved talking about because even myself, I found myself saying, "Oh, I'm fine," or kind of just going to a default response without even thinking. And before you know it, you can feel overwhelmed, underwater, and feeling like you're drowning. So we've been taught that slowing down equals falling behind, and that's not the truth. The rest is not something that you can earn after everything else has been done or completed. But I want you to know that there's a science underneath all of that. The things that are happening underneath all of that is your nervous system doing what God designed it to do, your nervous system, and it being in survival mode. So the long and short of survival mode is essentially feeling like you are always on edge. You're always activated. That is essentially what survival mode is. So if you have spent years or even decades, right, in survival mode, your nervous system doesn't just prefer hustle. It might, of course, when people see it, they might, it becomes a part of how people experience you, how they know you. But it's not, it just becomes, you become wired for it over time. And so there's a process that happens in our brain that impacts how we show up and how we behave. But your body learns to associate the constant motion, the constant problem solving, the constant fixing, the constant giving. Your body learns that that is a part of what it does because it starts to keep you safe over time. So that is what we call the chronic sympathetic activation. Your fight or your flight system is always on. So survival mode, fight or flight system, always on. Those are essentially the same things. So when you try to rest, your body might be saying, wait, oh, we don't do this. Wait, there's something else that you need to be doing. And then when you try to do the opposite, that at first can feel unsafe and unfamiliar. So I want to break this down. I want to talk about the types of responses that you can experience or that we all experience when we are presented with a threat or we are in stressful situations. So you may have heard of these, you may have not. So, for example, the 4 responses that I want to cover: fight, flight, freeze, and then one that I need to spend a lot more time talking about, especially for the women that I serve, is fawn. So I'm going to go into them individually and tell you what that can look like for high responsibility women. So for example, the first one, the fight response. You might become overly critical or controlling other people, whether it be at work or at home. And so in your body or your brain, safety equals needing everything to be perfect because it feels like the only thing that you can control. So that's fight. The next response is flight. You stay busy, you overwork, you plan, you clean, you respond. Your list never really truly ends. And so that also might look like scrolling at the end of every day or escaping to scroll, using scrolling to escape. So you're on social media for hours and hours. That is a flight response. So we've talked about fight. We've talked about flight. Now the next one is freeze. Freeze looks like procrastinating. having a project that you probably was supposed to complete months ago, that's a freeze response and you procrastinate. You might be feeling stuck, numb, you might shut down, and you might look fine on the outside, but on the inside, you might be feeling disconnected. And lastly, but certainly not least, again, I am going to be talking about this more with the women that I serve and then my audience. The last response is fawn. And you don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but the fawn response, FAWN, is essentially you people please. You say yes when you really mean no. You overextend, you smile, you just do. And the fawn response essentially is your body and your brain's way of avoiding conflict at all costs. And so that looks like chronic people pleasing to stay safe. And so your brain is saying, let's just keep the peace because I need to stay safe. I need to not ruffle any feathers. So the 4 types of responses that we've talked about so far when it comes to, or the reasons why slowing down feels so uncomfortable. We've talked about fight, we've talked about flight, we've talked about freeze, and we have talked about fawn. Fighting, combativeness, conflict, anger. Flight, staying busy, withdrawing. Freeze, procrastinating, putting things off. Fawn, people pleasing. And these, when this happens, these responses impact relationships and they impact work. So it might come across as a personality trait when you're interacting with people, but they're not really personality traits. They are survival strategies, and they make rest feel more dangerous, feel like it's something that you're not supposed to do, because being still in the mind and the body of someone who has been traumatized, being still means not protecting yourself. So this is why slowing down feels so uncomfortable, because your body is still carrying the weight of past experiences, family roles, pressure, cultural messages. And the message hasn't been sent to your body and brain enough that it's okay to slow down. The message has not been sent to your body and brain enough, meaning over and over, because our brain likes routine and seeks predictability. It hasn't been told enough that it is safe to just breathe, that it is safe to just be. But the truth is, rest is not weakness, it is wisdom. And so the most hopeful part about all of this is that in the same way that your brain has been wired to protect itself in this way, your brain can also learn new ways of being. And it's a process that we all are able to tap into called neuroplasticity. And so that's a fancy way of saying that your brain is flexible enough to learn new habits. But you have to consistently expose yourself to new experiences so that your brain can make positive associations with what it is safety actually looks like. So, for example, spending time with healthy family and friends. Notice I put healthy, mentally healthy in that. Spending time with family and friends where you feel seen, you feel heard, and the relationship is reciprocal. Those experiences that have to be continuously happening over time, spending time with family and friends, taking a walk. You have to send the message to yourself that you are worthy. That is something I say to my clients often. If they're feeling like, well, should I do this? Well, should I not? Or I shouldn't spend the money, or I shouldn't do XYZ. Each step you take towards being healthier, that the more times you can send your brain that signal, the better. So it's important to really have those cumulative experiences over time that send your brain the message that you're safe. And I know, like, in today's society, we want things quick, we get things quick. And so we want to feel better immediately. But the truth is that it's the cumulative effect of all of these things. So, and it takes support, it takes intention, and it takes practice. And so I want you to remember that. I hope that this time was helpful. If you are holding on to something and you can feel that something is off, this video was made for you. I want you to share it, bookmark it, and come back to it when you need to. But if you are nodding your head after listening to what I have been saying for the past few minutes, I want to invite you to something powerful. It's completely free. And my goal is to make it punchy, impactful, and also filled with community at the same time. And it is called Rest and Reset University. It is my 5-day challenge that's a virtual experience that is designed for high responsibility women like you. It's designed to help you unlearn exhaustion and reclaim your energy. It's only one small practice at a time. So over the 5 days, it's going to include a short teaching moment, guided journal prompts, and the goals will be rooted in topics like why rest feels unsafe, how overgiving is not love, what your body is really trying to say, and the fact that you don't have to earn rest, but you get to have it, you get to experience it. So my free 5-day Rest and Reset University is happening September 22nd through September 26th. So sign up on my website. You can click the link in my bio. I am looking forward to teaching those 5 days, connecting with you all, and getting to know you. So use the link in the description to sign up. Send this video to your friends, your circles, your sister, because we are here trying to do something different. Okay. We are shifting legacy, and perpetual exhaustion is not a part of it. All right. You all enjoy the rest of your week, and thank you for joining me on the Power Lab. Black women, have you ever felt like you've been the caretaker for everyone else in your life? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's time to break free. Our exclusive membership community, Legacy Shifters, we've created an experience specifically for Black women just like you. Through live workshops with me, Montina Myers-Galloway, a licensed therapist, and my expert team, plus a private app-based community of women who understand, you'll gain the tools that you need to set boundaries, to prioritize yourself without guilt, and create a life that's truly yours. Don't wait. Join today. You'll save with our annual membership discount. Visit legacy-shiftersmn.co. Say it with me. I deserve this. Legacy Shifters is here to help you live it.